title of this series is From Scratch to Scratch, i.e. you're starting from scratch and the goal will be to end up playing golf off scratch. So you're going from novice to expert on a journey. So in the previous 10 and 11 sections, we've gone through a fairly straightforward grip and posture and understanding the elements that make the ball fly. What I want to do now is revisit the pre-shot routine, give you some more information in the expectancy that you can do the pre-shot routine to a higher standard. So it's not like you're adding lots of new information greatly, it's more we're trying to refine what we've already been doing. So the information will be a study of what's already been happening. And by that I mean we're going to be in perfecting mode, not acquisition mode. All right? In acquisition mode we're gathering more and more bits of information. In other words, we're getting a bigger and bigger jigsaw puzzle. But I want us to be more in perfecting mode. You've got a setup, you've got a backswing, you've got a downswing. What I'm going to show you in the next few sections is a higher level of proficiency in those three areas. So let's start off with the setup. One of my favourite little catchphrases in teaching is 90% of swing faults start at the address position and the other 10% start there as well. So it's all about the preparation. So let's look at the way that we do the golf course. So I would come and stand here on the ball target line. Now the camera's lined up on these row of balls, the ball that I'm going to hit and the white line to the flag. That is the ball to target line. So when you put down alignment rods, like these two alignment rods, they don't actually point at the target. They run parallel to the ball target line. But people make the mistake of pointing this at the flag. You'll be aiming left. So these are parallel lines, not converging lines. Okay, so I'm on the golf course. I've chosen the correct club. This is a 6-iron. I've got 158 yards to the flag. So my first skill is to stand on the ball target line. My second skill is to come and stand and present my left foot opposite the ball. Now I'm just totally neutral here. I just happen to have the club in my right hand. But the ball is opposite my left foot, or my left foot is opposite the ball. So first skill, present the club. I step in and I offer the club. Now remember, when you put the club behind the ball, you know the height of your hands and you know distance. Too low and too far away, too high and too near. So when you do that, you know the height and distance you should be with your hands. So I've stepped in with my blade and my right foot. I now tip from the hip to build the grip. Okay, now if you get one thing out of today, get left thumb being parallel to the shaft. That's the cornerstone of the setup. If only I gave you one lesson, it would be on the left thumb. So, tip from the hip, I've built the grip and I've planted the feet. Now, already I've built in some safety mechanisms there. So the first thing I did was observe the ball from here, and I got a sense of the white ball target line. Now on the golf course you're not going to have that white line. There'll be mower cuts and there will be tree lines and all things that deflect your eye. But you see lots of good players stand behind the ball and they'll shut their left eye and they'll put the shaft over the flag and over the ball, and that helps give them a sense of alignment. So that's the ball target line established. Okay, the next skill is to walk in and stand here. Now I'm too far away, that would be a driver. Too near, it'd be a wedge. I've hit enough 6-irons in my life to know that if my foot's about there, it's about comfortable for a 6-iron. Now, I'm neutral here. I'm looking at my target, but I'm using both eyes. So many of you at home will do this and then look at the target. Invariably you'll aim right and get the ball too far back. So I'm this side of the ball slightly. I'm not astride the ball, I'm this side of the ball. I now step in with my right hand and my right foot. Now all my right foot is doing is just moving forward, so I've got something to support me. If I did that, I'd tip over. So I just step forward, I present the club. Now the club's on its bottom, and because this is a 6-iron, I've got the butt of the club slightly over the ball. I now tip from the hip to build the grip, and the hands are unified. If the grip is this good, I'm pretty sure that my shoulder line is going to be parallel to the ball target line and the yellow stakes. Okay? So the beauty is if you aim the club and have a good grip, chances are your body's going to be on line as well. Okay. Now, once the shoulder's established, I just let the hips and the feet settle. There's no reason for not to fall into line. Okay? I can then just fine-tune the ball position by moving my feet from side to side. So, can you see, if you saw me do that for the first time at normal speed, Right, that's my pre-shot routine. Took 7 or 8 seconds. There's probably 25 to 30 little disciplines within that. So, unfortunately, you do have to go through that learning curve and get those 25 pieces bang on, but the skill is to reduce them to a 7 or 8 second pre-shot routine. It's what they call in the industry SOP, the standard operating procedure. The more consistent your preparation, the more consistent your shot making. Okay, so let's start talking about it. Let's just do a couple. So, left foot up as the ball, step in, build the grip, plant the feet. Couple of waggles and off we go. Okay, so I've hit the ball down the target line with a 6-iron, and I've got to tell you, I'm pleased with that. It was Fred Astaire that said, when it looks like you're working hard at dancing, you ain't worked hard enough. And that's a great maxim for golf. If it looks like you're labouring at the pre-shot routine and you're freezing up and rigor mortis is setting in, you're unlikely to make a great movement from that preparation. So we're working hard here. I've given lots of information now, but on the target line, left foot up as the ball, blade and right foot, present the club, tip from the hip, left hand parallel, right hand bonded, shoulders in line, plant the feet. Okay, it's a done deal. So that was all going on in the left hand side of my brain. If I practice, it becomes much more instinctive. This is the sort of speed we want it to be. Okay, a waggle and off we go. Quite pleased with that. Didn't nail it, so it went in the bunker. Alright, so if I go to the next read, I won't worry about that. I just go back to what I should do. So in the heat of battle, your pre-shot routine, your standard operating procedure, practices at home. So when you go to the golf course, it's a series of small movements in readiness for 2 big ones. It's not a position, it's a series of movements in preparation for 2 very large ones.